Got a fun one for you today, guys. In this match, it's our Mirio versus a very strong team in this lobby. I know at least one of them, maybe even two of them, was a good ace player, and because of that, it made for a very interesting skirmish. Essentially, we were at war with the same team throughout the whole match, it felt like. So as we go through this match, you're gonna see it, and I have to say, having played Mirio for a little while, Aizawa really is a difficult character to come up against, because when you pair Aizawa's dynamic movement together with how tough it is for Mirio to land his alpha, as you can see, it is a nightmare to try and track this guy down. An absolute nightmare to try and track this guy down. So he's a very tough cookie to deal with, Aizawa, when you're playing as Lemillion. So yeah, in the start of this game, I was kind of off my rocker a bit. I wasn't able to really land anything. I was having a bit of trouble. You know how it is. Even if you are good with Lemillion, you are going to have those times where you just can't seem to hit anything. And like that was the start of this match was kind of that for me. But the only thing I can really tell you guys when that happens is to just fight through it, because as long as you stay alive, you'll work your way back into the feeling of Mirio again in that match. So if you start bad, don't worry about it. Don't let it, get to your head. Just try to work through it, and then sooner or later you'll start landing, and then you'll be back into the flow. Again, it's very difficult to reliably hit with Mirio, as you guys know, at least on console. Again, everything I say, I speak from console side experience. But yeah, so this is it's gonna be a good one. We really do go to war here. Me, Slim Shady, and POWAH. We really do go to war with this other team. Little trick for you there. Whenever you get caught in Aizawa's quirk erasure, the first thing I always try to do is try to just get a barrier between me and him. One, a barrier means he can't erase your quirk because he can't see you anymore. And two, it means he can't pull you in with his alpha. So if you ever get your quirk taken from you, just try to get something between the two of you. And then that way you either stop him from doing his quirk, or you stop him from pulling you. Alright, at this point, this is when I realized these two guys were together. I'm thinking, oh crap. Shigaraki and Aizawa in the same team, this is not going to be good. Especially when I was caught like that, I was thinking, oh my god. But yeah, I couldn't dip away just yet. I had to try and help one of my teammates escape. But at this point, I was very aware. I'm like, this is a good Aizawa, and this is a good Shigaraki, and they're not messing around. I already remembered who the Shigaraki was, because I've played them before, so I know for a fact that they've been ace in previous seasons. So that's when I knew, okay, this is gonna be a fight. This is not gonna be done, soon. See, when the Shigaraki charged me, I was like, okay, I know I can charge up and hit you before you get to me. And then I tried to do it to the Aizawa, but he pulled me in. So that should be a lesson for you guys. Like I said, this guy is on my case. He followed me. Even though I was invisible doing that move, he followed me correctly, and he was waiting for me, and thankfully, I was able to get out of there. But yeah, when you are facing Aizawas, they are going to be able to pull you out of stuff if you're charging, whereas other characters won't be able to pull you out of stuff. It's just something to think about. So as you can see, we are in the thick of this match, the thick of this scrap, but we're not leaving. We're still kind of hanging around. Everyone in this fight is stubborn. And if someone like retreats for a bit, they're back before you know it, because no one wants to walk away. Nobody wants to walk away from this fight. Unfortunately, we lost Slim Shady in the chaos. Like I said, those guys are good. Credit to them. They got our boy Slim Shady, but we weren't ready to let it go just yet. Look at that ace rank Shigaraki's out there grabbing Deku like it's the show or something. He's trying to finish him off. I'm thinking, nah, I can't let my boy POWAH go down as well. That's going to be too much. I can't lose. I've already lost one friend. I can't lose two. So I managed to land on that Lemillion, my charged versus his uncharged. You want to grab that guy? You ain't going to do it for free. So on a 3v2 right now, we got the Quirker Racing Aizawa trying to lock me down. We got this guy trying to grab me and decay me. Then we got a Lemillion as well on top of all of that. So that's their 3. What a dangerous trio there, and they're all trying to put it on us. Thankfully, we whittled down the Aizawa enough to get him down, and this is where I had to make sure this guy stayed down. So got my first hit there. Look at that dodge. Instinct. Ultra instinct dodge. If I don't go under the ground, you know what happens next. Watch. That is what you call close. Boom! Come out of the ground. Power! Make sure to hit that guy when he's downed. Oh my god, did you see that as well? Sorry, I won't be doing the replays a lot, but I just had to. Power out of the ground. Grab onto the wall. Jump off the wall. Use the new air time to do an air alpha to finish off the down. Incredible. That way I ensured that that guy did not get back up in that moment, because I did not need this guy back in the match. Again, Shigaraki didn't learn his lesson the first time, chased after me, and I just used the airtime charge against him, and then I followed it up afterwards with the beta. He thought he was safe behind the bus, but that was his stop. He just didn't know it. When I tell you that this isn't the end of the war, just believe that. This isn't the end of the war. It looks like it's coming towards the end of the war, but this war continues on within this match. This war does not end here. Like I said, this is why I called the video "The War with an Ace Shigaraki," because it does not end here. Okay, the only guy left on their team is that Lemillion. He's a scrappy guy. Like, everyone is scrappy in this situation. Myself, Power P, Slim, this guy, the Shigaraki, definitely the Aizawa. Everyone was very scrappy. No one wanted to be cool. Okay, that's quite interesting, isn't it? If you noticed that part there. If he's in plus ultra and he uses that beta, you can quite easily see where he goes when he does the beta. So for you plus ulti using Mirio's out there, if you do go plus ultra and you use your beta, some eagle-eyed competitors may keep track of where you're going while you think you're invisible. At least if that clip that we just saw is anything to go by. That's why it's so important to me to get the third alpha charge for Lemillion as soon as possible, because you really do just get so much more of that extra one charge. It's almost as if, you know, like I said before, that was a nice catch. You almost have like Bakugo's special action. So when you have 3 of those, you can have 1 for mobility and then another 2 to attack, or 1 for attack and another 2 for mobility, you know, whichever it has to be. That's also what you saw right there, something else I do. If I know I've used beta incorrectly, or I've used it in a way defensively to, you know, to get out something, I'll try to come out from the beta underneath something or some kind of cover. That way I can't be shot from above. So in that case, I used the bus stop. And this when I heard that voice, I was like, hang on a minute, this guy's back? No way. So they came back, and I know that means the Shigaraki's back as well. But unfortunately for that Aizawa, because I clocked onto him, and I caught him with that nice shot that knocked him back into the zone, longer than what he would have wanted, his return was short-lived. So he died to zone. Because I knocked him back. He probably was playing with fire with the zone. You know, the zone does a lot more damage now. He's playing with fire. It probably, you know, to him, he took a risk. He said, I'm going to lose a lot of health, but I'm going to get back in time. But he didn't count on me seeing him and kicking him. Look at that. Shigaraki said, I took that personally. We're back again. We're back on the train, me and this Shigaraki. We're back on the train. Hit him with a nice beta into gamma combination. Very nice. Again, if you guys haven't seen that before. Boom, you knock him up. Instantly hit that gamma down into the ground. Oh, and I would have gotten him with that one too if he didn't do that weird alpha flip in the air. Remember what I said at the start? I wasn't hitting nothing, you know, at the start of the match. I was looking terrible. But we just persevered, knuckled down, kept our head high, and, you know, eventually we worked our way into the game. So again, just for you Mirio players, if you have a bad start, you can't hit anything, don't get discouraged. Just keep working around it. And then if you survive into the middle, to the late of the game, you're gonna come good eventually within that game. Unless you've always been bad with Mirio, then maybe you won't. But if you do know how to use him, but you're just having a bad start, you'll be fine. Just survive. This is one of my favorite Mirio takedowns I've done in this game so far. Watch this. Let's have a look at that again. I used 7% of the special action when I messed up the beta to just dip in between the lines of the top of the tube and into the middle. Just a quick in and out of permeation. Shichi Percento. POWAH! All it took. Shichi Percento. That was probably one of my most Mirio SKOs ever that I've done. Just dipping in between physical objects with just, you know, the finesse required. And another man meets his end in the tube. You thought he was on YouTube, but this is Mirio Tube. Not a dirty website, I promise. And you know when things go so right for you so much in the space of a short time, you start to think you can do anything? That happened to me with that revive. I probably shouldn't have tried to revive there or here, but I was like, this is my game. Who's stopping me? Things are going my way now. But obviously when you get overconfident, you start to make stupid decisions. So I got punished for 2 of them. But on the 3rd try, we managed to get him in. And after all of that waiting, the real Slim Shady stood up once again. And this war is not over yet because that Lemillion is still alive. I'm telling you, man, that team was scrappy. We went to war with that Aizawa, Shigaraki, and Lemillion. Look at him, he's like, I ain't done. My teammates are done, but I ain't done. I can't remember who the last person left is. Maybe it's Darby, yeah. Oh, I just kicked the back of his head. Just kicked the back of his head with that one. Kinshasa from Shinsuke Nakamura is what I did to that guy. So yeah, there you have it. That was more or less the war with the ace rank Shigaraki team. It was very fun. I really enjoyed this match. I thought you guys would enjoy this match as well. It's like I always say, man, some of the best games ever are the ones where you were just at war with a single team throughout the entire lobby. Because the both of you just recognize this team is going to win if we don't win. So we need to beat them and then we win the lobby. You can just tell sometimes. And it was definitely that feeling from the very start of the match. We had that feeling for one another. Like I said, I can't speak for the other team, but by the way we were fighting, you know, I knew that they knew, and they knew that we knew. And yeah, we managed to pull it in. Obviously, that the rest of this is just chasing a Lemillion around. You know how it goes. If any of you have played against a Lemillion in the final circle, you already know what I mean by that. You chase them around for about a minute or 2 minutes, and then eventually you get them. But until you get them, it's long-winded. Unfortunately for this guy, he made a mistake of pushing out of the circle too far with his alpha quirk, and then he died to zone. Or he got downed to zone, and then, you know, he got finished afterward. But yeah, there you have it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that war with the ace rank Shigaraki and his team. I had a lot of fun. Hopefully you guys did too. And second match of the video. Opening up with a nice combo on All For One. Screw you, All For One. Sorry, All For One. My bad. I didn't mean it. Or maybe I did. Take that. With your smooth criminal suit. I think this match was before I knew a few combos that I currently do. So whenever I landed that basic combo, I was just happy to land it. And I was like, let me finish this. That's so unfortunate because I know I would have gotten that beta and if I didn't accidentally go a bit too much to building side, which took me to the top of the building. By the way, I think some of you are confused as to what constitutes going up a building and what doesn't when it comes to the beta. If it's a building you can go inside, then you won't go to the top of it. So these buildings, like, you can't go inside of them, so when you go underneath them, you just shoot right to the top. But if you... So that one right there, you see that building right in front of me there? If I went inside of that one, I'd just end up inside that lower part. But if I did the beta towards one of these buildings to, like, to my right, like this one right here, I wouldn't be able to go to the bottom because there is no bottom. You just shoot straight to the top. But, again, it's so weird because on the maps, it's like some buildings you go up it, some you won't. Some are blocked off to you. It's just a matter of knowing which ones. An interesting idea would be for someone to do a complete video guide of every building that you can Mirio beta up to and which ones you can't. But I would never do that video because I don't hate my life. That would be a soul-crushing video to make. Absolutely soul-crushing. Look at this. It was at this point I forgot I was Mirio. I'm like, this isn't breaking down. Hold on a minute. I'm Mirio. What am I doing that for? I just went through it. I'm like, yeah? But that gamma came out way quicker than I was expecting. Oh, minor. Look at that. This Aizawa had nowhere to go in this place. I had him locked down. I'm like, you ain't going nowhere till I'm done with you. And then an All Might came in and ruined it. Pow! What do you guys think of these new secret rooms that you can go into? I was trying to emote in front of it, but I ended up drinking a potion instead. Silly me. But yeah, I said before, didn't I? Aizawa was a good counter for Lemillion, and I still believe it, even despite that little treasure room fight where, you know, it looked like I was all over him. I think I still believe that Aizawa is the right counter there. I just don't think that one was prepared to deal with the Lemillion. I think I caught him by surprise and it kind of messed him up a bit. Either that or he was still new to the matchup because I think this was day 1 or day 2 of Lemillion. I had to hold my nerve there. I just believed. I'm like, this guy's not going to come around the car, and he didn't. Love hitting 2 people with that alpha, man. It always feels so good. Considering how hard it is just to hit that alpha once, when you hit it, you know, 2 people at once. Oh, great feeling. POWAH! You can also use the charged alpha as airtime to stop yourself from going down onto, you know, surfaces you don't want to touch. For example, you know, I used the airtime of the alpha to stop myself from touching the decay on the floor. So, you know, things like that are a thing as well. You know, when I was in this game, I was wondering how that Shigaraki survived. But on the replay, I realized the Toga on their team took the blood of our All Might, transformed into an All Might, ran out of the zone, picked up her Shigaraki using All Might's special action, which she stole, brought him out of the zone to revive him. You know, the quick revive. Because I see him here, I'm like, how the fuck is this guy back? You know, I knocked that dude out over there. Yeah, so then, and then she changed back to herself. Such an impressive Toga play, you know, very, what's the word? Very knowledgeable play. You know, shows a great understanding of the character that she was using. So, you know, credit to that Toga. That was a very, very smart play. But obviously, we couldn't let that Shigaraki survive for too much longer. You may have survived once, boy, but you ain't gonna survive twice. Look at that, there were so many bodies to hit there, and I went through without getting a single one. I don't know how that one didn't hit him. Let me look back at that one. Just figure out exactly what happened there. Some David Blaine shit. What? What? It looked like he was in iframes. But he wasn't in iframes before I went to hit him. That was the thing that makes it look weird. Like, I hit him, he's not in iframes, and then all of a sudden he's suddenly in iframes and doing like a roll in. I don't know what to think about that one. I think I realized why some of you might be having trouble doing the alpha combo. Because if you look at this part here, like I was tapping R2 again as you saw, because I tapped it again and I did a completely new alpha chain. I think if you hit that basic alpha just by the skin of your teeth, like you really push the distance of it to the limit, like I did, you know, like if that twice was one step backward, I don't hit that alpha. I think if you push that alpha to the limit, it won't register you as being able to continue that. I think it wants you to hit that alpha with a lot more distance left to spare in your attack. And if you don't, then it's going to be saying, yeah, you hit it, but yeah, we don't really respect you for it. I think that's essentially what the game's saying. I think that's why some of you don't, aren't able to continue with your alpha combo. Because you might just about hit it by the skin of your teeth, like, you know, just the last sliver of the hitbox, and that doesn't qualify for the continuation of the alpha. I'm not saying that it should be that way, by the way. I'm not saying that I like that or that it should be that way. I'm just saying I think that's what it is. I think that's how it works. POWAH! I really hate how it takes you out of that beta when you do a terrain change. I honestly, I could not tell which was my All Might at this point. Normally you can kind of tell, yeah, okay, that's the Toga pretending to be our teammate. In that situation right there, I was looking at both my All Mights and I did not know who the fuck was my friend and who wasn't. I did not know. No, that was beautiful. This is, you know when people say how do you use your special action? This is exactly how you use your special action. this one of it anyway. Look at that. Boom. Beautiful. That was one of the most canon looking Mirio things ever. Derbies who put that circle of fire on against the a Lemillion, they are really asking for trouble, because most of the time you're just gonna charge kick straight through that circle of fire. And the Derbies never think you're gonna do it, so they kind of just stand still and they're like, yeah, try it. And then you, okay then, and then you just fly straight through and kick them in the chest. I'm like, was that right? You know, they just never see it coming. Yeah, like my advice to Derbies from this point onward, if you do your circle of fire move, if you know there's a Lemillion in the lobby, do not stand still in that circle, or do not move slowly in that circle, because you are not safe in that circle. Like, as soon as you put that circle down, if you know that there's a Lemillion around, you better start hop, stepping, you know, doing all kinds of break dancing in that circle, because if you're easy to hit, they will fly in there. Be it from the charged alpha or the beta. Nearly at 5k. Felt like I should have got that. Look at that. Just predicting where they're gonna be. And it is working like a charm. Well, it was. It was. What map do you guys think is better for Lemillion? This one or the other one? City map or USJ? Two Lemillion chasing you, that is not fun. So there you have it. 2 fun games, an ace rank war, and whatever you want to call this second game. Lots of KOs, lots of damage. Thank you guys for watching. Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe if you desire, and I'll see you on the next one.